Hello everyone, welcome to the Radio Wire. I'm Bruce Carlson. This is my first YouTube post. You know, I've been involved in radio and electricity essentially my whole life. As a teenager, I listened to shortwave, built a CB radio from a kit, built a CW transmitter from TV parts. Then I got focused on college, achieved a degree in electrical engineering, and did not pursue amateur radio until quite a few years later. My call sign is N9MDE or Norway 9 Mike Delta Echo. I soon found through the local club I like developing and providing training for hams. I also like building antennas that allow me to talk to people around the world. I'm into the efficiency, angle radiation, and gain of the antenna system, really to do the best with what I can with a home-built antennas and low power. That's a challenge for me. Then on the electrical side, I got involved in electrical engineering projects from industrial work to utilities, RF resolution for hams to radio station power issues. And we'll be talking more about that on this channel and eventually through our newsletter. So here we are launching the Radio Wire. You know, our mission is to create a unique educational space and platform with high-value content for amateur radio enthusiasts, electrical engineers, technicians, hobbyists, and students. When I was young, I purchased the ARRL antenna book and the amateur handbook. In the handbook, it said that radio amateurs are ambassadors to the world. I've often recalled reading that. It's always interesting and an honor to talk to fellow hams around the world. I mentioned that I've worked on a lot of projects. You know, these projects had a technical side, but also other aspects as well. I'm very passionate about setting up projects for success as well as effective communication, and I'd like to contribute here as well. We will see where the interest lies and continue to build our brand. I thought I would like to talk about a very basic effective antenna configured in a certain way. And the first thing I'd like to mention about antennas is that each has its advantages and really will not work as intended if installed or in a certain way or in a certain location. So people give some antennas a bad rap because they are looking for advantages and not where they're not used properly. We'll be talking more about that on this channel, and that's part of my passion with antennas to achieve efficiency with low power. So let's talk about the dipole antenna, arguably the most simple antenna. And we were camping up at McLean State Park on Lake Superior, and I needed a portable antenna, so I used a 40-meter dipole. And I had the idea to put it up in the tree and with one part horizontal and the other vertical so I could get a low angle component, and that worked very well. So I had some diagrams here to describe that. Here's the 40-meter dipole. It's 33 feet either side. I put it in this configuration and to get a low angle of radiation. And you can see that's fairly manageable, 33 feet, that vertical, so you need that height. But if you use the 20-meter dipole, it'll be half that, so that's very manageable. And interesting, the book that I mentioned, it may have been the antenna book, and it mentioned this configuration. So this goes back a long ways, just like the dipole configured that way. Another antenna that I used on a more of a permanent basis was the same antenna, only 51 feet on either side. And so this antenna was configured the same way, and overall 102 feet long, and I was able to get up 44 feet. And same thing, the vertical component for low angle. I worked a lot of DX with that on 40 and 20 meters, and I found that on 80 meters was very good. And I wanted more close in stateside on 80 meters, and worked very, very well for that. One ham, when I put it up, kind of laughed, and he said, try to get it horizontal if you could. And but he didn't realize, I guess I didn't talk to him about what my goals were with this. So but it worked very, very well. I was very pleased with that. And the other thing is, this turns out to be 102 feet long, so that's 80% of the half wave dipole for 80 meters, which would be 130 feet. And as long as it's 80%, you don't really lose any efficiency at all. So yeah, that's a little bit about some very simple antennas, but can work very well without having a lot of height to get a low angle for DX. So, well, that's I was going to mention too. We have the website planned as well as the newsletter that's coming, and we want to get this first recording, get this launched, and so we've done that. And that's it for now. Thank you for visiting the Radio Wire, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with your thoughts. So 7 3s for now.